Important thing is this is also coupled with a pullback in consumer spending, a drop in consumer sentiment. So that's kind of where we got here. There's a lot of uncertainty. And while we may not be going into a recession, the market is really just fleeing what we like to call riskier assets.
Hates uncertainty, as you say. I have a friend who always says, smart money's in your pocket.
Or under the mattress.
Yeah, that too. But at a moment like this, people may hear all these words and feel panicky. What do you tell them to calm? How do you tell them to calm down?
So look, the data is not saying that there is a recession right now. We still have unemployment at 4.1%. The job market is still relatively strong. We're not seeing inflation at 9%. What I say to folks is that, yes, consumer spending drives the economy, and what happens today could impact consumer sentiment. So we could get there eventually, but right now the data is not there. So maybe don't put your money under the mattress yet. Don't look at your 401k, but we see this volatility in the market all the time. We could be talking in a week that the markets are back up at record highs. That's how quickly these things move. But I think right now, investors, consumers, and businesses, we are in a wait and see. And until the data says there is a recession, I don't want you to panic.
Absolutely not. Okay, Kelly, thank you so much. Speaking of the White House, senior correspondent Weijia Jiang is there right now. Weijia, what are they telling you tonight at the White House?
Well, Maurice, President Trump woke up here at the White House after a weekend in Florida, and it's actually pretty rare not to see or hear from him when he is here. But we have not heard or seen President Trump today, despite what is happening with these numbers, although a White House official issued a statement to say there is a strong divergence between short-term, quote, animal spirits of the market and what we are actually seeing unfold from businesses and business leaders. They point to several surveys that show there is confidence among some CEOs, some small business owners, and some manufacturing companies, because they say what really matters is this big long-term picture. And as Kelly pointed out, that's exactly what Trump himself has said, that there will be some kind of disturbance or an adjustment period, which is what he tried to relay to the American people when he addressed a joint session of Congress last week. But Maurice, the question is, how much of a disturbance? How much does that mean for the American family in their pocketbooks, and for how long? And trust me, we have pressed the White House for specifics on that, and they have not been able to say. And that's exactly what Trump said also in that interview when he was asked directly about the R word, the recession. And Trump said, well, there could always be periods. It takes a little time. And apparently, you know, for Wall Street, it was that ambiguity that really tipped the numbers over. But as far as the market goes overall, Maurice, we have asked many times, and we know that President Trump pays attention to the stock market, but advisors insist it's not driving his decision-making with all these tariffs, because he is focused on a bigger picture for the economy, what they say matters more for Main Street and not Wall Street.
One more thing here, Weijia. When the president says, when the White House says animal spirits, I'm going to take that as they mean human emotion, right?
Well, it's hard to interpret what the president or the White House says, but certainly there has been a volatility anytime there has been movement, especially on what the president says and the president's policy. So in this case, again, it seems to be a direct response to what he said, or didn't say, rather, ruling out a recession and a possible increase in inflation.
Okay, Weijia Jiang for us at the White House. The Dow down 2%, some 900 points today. Our coverage will continue on CBS News 24/7, as well as on your local news, and tonight on the CBS Evening News. It's been a special report. I'm Maurice Dubois in New York.
She said, this boy has been watching me in the parking lot at work, watches my every move.